Hello everyone and welcome to the Club Trading channel. Today we're gonna have a deep dive into the strategy's performance. So just a little reminder, we are offering you to follow our TradingView strategy for Bitcoin USDT. And today we're gonna have a close look at how the strategy performed over the last years in different market conditions. And before I start, remember that this video is for educational purpose only and does not constitute financial or investment advice. I am not a financial advisor. Trading financial instruments carries a high level of risk. Past performance does not guarantee future result. You are fully responsible for your own trading decisions. All right, I've loaded the strategy on my TradingView chart. Remember to always use the correct pair for this strategy. It's going to be the Bitcoin against the US perpetual contract on Binance on the 30-minute time frame. Let's now dive into the strategy report. We're going to go here, and the strategy report appears now with this chart. And you can see here that we actually have more than 6 years of backtesting, because the starting date of the report is the 9th of September 2019 up to today, March the 4th, 2026. So before we start analyzing this chart and all the data that we have alongside with it, let's have a look at our settings. So each trade will be 100,000 US dollar per trade. There's also a commission fee that's included in it. And we're going to have an initial capital that's slightly higher just to avoid being rejected for drawdowns with TradingView. What we can see now is that this chart is actually show consistency throughout time. We have 6 years of data here, and we can see that the gains are constant throughout these 6 years and throughout different market conditions, either downtrend market or uptrend market. And I think that's what we wanted originally when we created the strategy, is that we wanted something that, regardless of the market condition, would perform. And that's what this chart shows. Let's now have a look at some of the data we have here on this page. And starting with the profit factor of the strategy over the 6 years time, it's pretty good, 174.9. The profitable trades, so 51% of trades are profitable, so it's really one trade out of two, and the difference is being made by the money we make during our winning trades is a lot more than the money we lose when we have a losing trade. We can also have a look at the total accumulated profits. It's 411,000 US dollar. Remember that it's not using the money we make, it's not reinvesting the money. We'll have a little simulation later in the video to show you how much money you would make if you were to reinvest this money after every trade. And here you have the max equity drawdown. So it's 19,000 US dollar, which is a pretty decent drawdown. It's pretty good considering the drawdown you can get with Bitcoin. So it's going to protect our capital. What you have to know also about the drawdown is that it can last for actually a decent amount of time. Here on the chart, you have some of these red zones that shows the drawdowns and the big drawdowns. So here, for example, we are in 2022, and 2022 was still a very profitable year for the strategy, but you can see that from the beginning of May to the beginning of August, the strategy is not performing. So keep in mind when joining us that you are going to have to establish this strategy on a long period of time. It's going to be over months, over a year if you want to get result. You cannot just enter the strategy for a couple of months. It doesn't work like that. There will be time where the strategy does not perform during the year. And there will be also a shorter period of time where the strategy does perform. You can see here all these little green lines. Here we make 8K. Here we make 19K in a very small amount of time. Here we make 17K in a very small amount of time as well. So it's not about timing. It's really about letting the strategy perform over a long period of time. Because you might enter the strategy in the middle of a drawdown and you might be discouraged, but one way or another, the strategy will turn around and start making profits again. So keep that in mind. It's really important when you use the strategy. And that's where using the strategy as a bot is very interesting, and we'll see that in another video. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to decompose the strategy performance year to year. And we're going to start with the year 2020. So here I've put, for my backtesting period, the 1st of January 2020 to the 1st of January 2021. So it's the full 2020 year. And so you can see that's a year that has performed very well, where the strategy has performed very well. A really good profit factor. Profitable trades are good as well. The drawdown is small, with only 11,000, and we make 85K that year. And as I was mentioning before, you can see the drawdowns can sometimes last for a good period of times, but there is always a period of gains that comes after to make our strategy profitable. So here it's 2020, and now we're going to go to 2021. Okay, so here we have the year 2021 from the 1st of January to the 1st of January 2022. And same thing, the strategy has performed well. We have a drawdown that's a bit higher than the previous year, and a profit factor that's not as good, but the profit are here for this year with 72K during the year. And you can see that the beginning of the year was pretty tricky for the strategy. It really only started performed after mid-March, really, till the end of the year. And you can see at the end of the year also it's a bit flat. But overall, the performance is really good. Let's now have a look at 2022, which is the least profitable year of the strategy over the last 6 years. So we still managed to be profitable and make 33K during the year. Remember, we trade with $100,000 per trade, so it's about 33% performance over the year. And you can see that there is a long period of time during the year where we are in drawdown before picking up momentum again. So keep that in mind when using the strategy. There will be long period of drawdowns, and there will also be long period or shorter period of gains, and that's where all the gains are going to be made, and that's where the profits are going to be made. So it is something that needs to be known before entering the strategy. You're not going to come into the strategy and lose for the first couple of months and exit the strategy. You have to stick around and test it for all year if you want to have the best results. Now we are in 2023, and we can still see that the strategy performed with $46,000 made over the year. More losing trades than winning trades on this year, but still a good profit factor and a very good drawdown for this year. We are now in 2024, and that's the best performing year of the strategy with 100% over the year, a really small drawdown and lots of profitable trades, an incredible profit factor over this year. And with a really good start of the year, you can see here it's climbing, and it's still climbing throughout the year. There's a bit of time here where we are flat, but then we're making gains again. So this year is pretty incredible. It's the most profitable year of the strategy with incredible results. And we finish with the last year of the backtesting data that we have. It's the year 2025 with really good start and a pretty steady climb during the year. And we do have a big drawdown at the end of the year, but we're still making 51K. So it's pretty good. The drawdown is pretty similar to what we used to have on the years before. Profitable trades is always the same, around 50%. Decent profit factor as well. So we've done the 6 years of backtesting, so you have a better idea of what to expect from the strategy and how to use it as well with these periods of drawdowns that can sometimes last for weeks or months. And then in between them, you have these periods of gains here, and sometimes they're really small, and they're going to be a lot of good gains as well. So hopefully you understand a lot better the strategy now. Let's now have a look at this little table, and we can see the performance per year of the strategy. We also have an average performance here. So the average performance per year is 65%. Obviously, you have some years like 2024 where you perform a lot better than in 2022, for example. But keep in mind that the strategy is always profitable during these last 6 years. And we have a little simulation here. So it's a simulation that takes into account the gains you make, and if you reinvest the gains you make over the years with the strategy. So if you start in 2020 with 100,000 US dollar, and you reinvest all your gains throughout the next 6 years, you will end up with a portfolio that's worth nearly 2 millions. So it's just to show you and give you a little example on how profitable the strategy was over the past 6 years. Obviously, it doesn't take into account taxes here, but it really gives a good example. Now, the last thing we can have a look at is the max drawdown. And you can see that the average of the max drawdown is around 14% each year. So it's also showing consistency, and that's important in our strategy. Now, if you are interested, you can join the strategy using the links down below. Remember, you have a subscription that's a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription if you prefer. So use the links down below to join the strategy. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Thank you very much for watching. À bientôt. Have a beautiful day.